in the top 5. Again, we've talked about that Mofos team. We've talked about this Warrior team. Warriors last week in the bottom 5 at the 4th slot, I'm sorry. They've itched their way up 3 slots in between that goo in the middle, and they're right there at number 5. Well done, Peaceful Warriors.
Yeah, well, couldn't disagree more. I guess Peaceful Warriors, in my opinion, have always put off a lot more than they take in. You know, I mean, that's for sure. My top 5 team, 5th best team, the Goods. I think it's a team that's getting lucky. They lose Andre Johnson, it's huge, but they made some moves again. They're going to stay afloat using the waiver wire. I'm glad to see they didn't get locked themselves in the bathroom playing with themselves and forget to change the lineup. They're still out there making moves. That's good. Mofos, this team has got great juju. Got to go with the juju.
Yep, you got to go with the juju.
You're winning by this wide a margin. You deserve some props, and I'm giving it to you. The Rollers, they went from 1st to 3rd. They're just not explosive. And they had some points left on bench themselves. Again, we got to mention that. That's these managerial points makes me think these people are overthinking.
Well, I think you say not explosive, and I don't mean to interrupt you here, but
please.
I say on the contrary. They were down at the Peace Forest Monday night, and we saw what. Excuse me. We saw what Megatron and Javid Best are capable of doing. And they were right back in that match with the Peace Warriors because of those 2 guys. That, to me, is explosion. I think that's the best receiver in the league right now, and that's one of the fastest receivers.
Yeah, what I mean by explosion, Peaceful Warriors, the Rollers have put up, the 120 to 140, but I haven't seen them go up to the 160, dare we say, 200 range like we've seen my number 2 team, Mason Key Colby. I hear a lot. Again, I've talked to the Boone Humpers, and I've talked to a couple other managers from other teams, and you hear that Mason Key Colby is out there trying to make trades. And when a manager is out there trying to sell players, swap players, that shows me a manager who's desperate. And if he doesn't believe in his team, why the hell should I? You're number 2, and Dr. Nick is number 1.
We had a fax come over the line yesterday.
Really?
It was a sketch. It came from the Lunches for Wimps. And it was a poster of Mason Keith Colby's general manager dressed up as Uncle Sam pointing at you saying, I want your running back. I thought that was really clever.
And that is, he's got Adrian Peterson, but beyond that, he's got some issues at running back.
He's got a hot team, and he knows he's got some players that have some value, and he's shopping them around, and he wants to get that second big running back.
What are your thoughts on Dr. Dick?
Be on the lookout.
Well, that second running back, you're going to be hard-pressed to get a running back at this point in the season.
Well, it just depends what kind of package.
Who wants to make a trade? Who wants a deal? I know.
Well, I think you got to look at that bottom 5. I mean, those teams, if they want to improve, you got to start thinking, you got to give something to maybe get a couple of more pieces.
To
spread out some balance in your lineup. You're always counting on maybe 1, 2, 3 guys to pull you through every week. You're going to start finding losses build up. You need to go quarterback, at least 2 wide receivers, a good solid core running back, and then, some weeks get lucky with a tight end. That's how you win in fantasy.
No doubt. And I got to say, one real fast that I got a message here from the management of the Boone Humpers, and they said when they saw the trade offers being pushed by people like Mason Key Colby and the Rollers, thinking, you know what, take those trades and shove them up your butt because they're no good. Up first, Dr. Dick. What do you say about Dr. Dick? This team deserves a number 1 spot. I think he hasn't made a lot of moves. They're winning by a lot every week.
I think this is a team that's made the playoffs every year that the Fantasy League Fantasco has been in existence. They always come to draft day looking for veterans. They add those pieces, and they win a lot of games. And right now, I have them at 2. You've got them at 1, taking out the Rollers.
I think it's Mason Key, Dr. Dick until they lose. They're swapping places for the rest of the season.
Well, we will see.
We will see. All right, let's move straight forward to this week coming up.
Okay.
We've gotten off track a little bit. Do we want to talk about our player to watch now, our team to watch now?
Well, yeah, we could do that, and then we'll go through these games real quickly and get you all in bed.
Yeah. For me, my team to watch, I'm going to watch the King. You know what? I'm not going to watch it because it's a team on the rise, but it's a team on the decline. I at least want one thing to go right for me this season, and to say, yeah, I was right that the Kings sucked. I just want one thing to go. Well, I prognosticate on this show. Which team?
I see.
Stinks.
You want to start changing our mojo on the predictions here.
No,
Get better and say you think the Kings no good. You want to see them be no good in order to.
No, well, just that.
Okay.
I believe that this team, they won 2 in a row, and they may have got a little high on their horse, and I want to make sure that that horse doesn't get too high because it's going to be a tough fall. I think this team is going into the crapper, but quick. Enjoy your 2 wins for a while.
Well, then I'm going to grab lunches for wimps and say that's my team to watch. I think I want to see what this guy's plan is now that he's gotten a little team. I mean, I like what they're starting to do. They're getting aggressive on the waiver wire with 3 ads this week, as I talked about earlier. This is a team to watch for me because I want to see what they're really made of now that they've got both feet in the water and they're ready to play the game for real.
Yeah,
so
me
this
too,
is the pivotal week for them to get them back to 500.
Certainly is.
Let's go through these games this week here real quick.
Yeah, game of the week: Dr. Dick versus the Peaceful Warriors. Dr. Dick 4-1, Peaceful Warriors 3-2.
Yep.
Projections: Dr. Dick early projections 130 to 123.
Well, the Dr. Dick again has been getting it done week to week. Peaceful Warriors coming off of a big win. I think they made the key acquisitions to help them win. I think it's going to help them win here going forward. I think they steal one here from Dr. Dick, not those 2 teams up at 4-2.
That ain't gonna happen. Dr. Dick is gonna smoke the Warrior like a 2-bit hussy. This is an easy lock. My cold, solid lock of the week. I haven't seen the Peaceful Warrior do anything all year to really say, wow, Peaceful Warrior, they always project a lot. But do they score a lot? I don't think so. Up next, Mofos at 4-1, taking on the 2-3 lunches for Wimps. We're both high on the Wimps. The projections, though, right now are 138 to 114.
Yeah, I don't like the projections, but again, I mean, what the Warriors did last week, let's toss projections out and just look at what's happening here.
Still needs a
The
quarterback.
Mofos have the mojo. The Wimps are my team to watch. I'm going to take them in this game on a flyer here. This is my upset special. The Mofos fall to the Wimps in a real tight battle, 133-128.
Wow, and I think it's going to be a closer battle than the early projections show. But I got to go with the Mofos. Until the Mofos lose, I believe in this team. I think the Mofos have the mojo. Up next, we had 2-3 Morningwood against the 2-3 Fire Spitting Jimmies. This is a big matchup. Both these teams need a win.
Well, I've got the Jimmies in my bottom 5. The Wood, I've got them in that gray area, in the mush I call. But I like the Jimmies in this game. I think it's a must-win, more so for them, coming off of a horrible Week 5, where they scored in the 80s, I believe. They had a bye week blues situation going, but still, this team needs to get on track. They're a defending champion. They haven't been playing the right quarterback week to week. He's got Stafford on his bench. Start making those moves and start winning some games. I think the Wood will be fine. They're good enough to keep winning and losing and be there in the end, but the Jimmies need to do it now.
That's true, yeah, but I would say the Wood may not be fine. They are trying. They're in the very rugged